All right, so we're on video number 4 of 15, and what we're talking about this video is how you can use the King of the Hill. Now, there's 2 ways you can use it, 3 ways really, and that's Flatgrounds is one, Bullpens is the other, and then obviously the drills, okay? So you got 3 different ways you could use the King of the Hill. Now, let's talk about Flatgrounds first. On Flatgrounds, all flat ground means is you're gonna use it on a flat ground. You're not gonna be on the mound, right? Makes sense. And what you're gonna do with Flatgrounds is, usually when you're throwing flat grounds, you're not at a full distance. Guys usually shorten up a little bit. You can throw it at 60 feet, 6 inches or further. I've seen some guys throw flat grounds further. That never really made sense to me. I never did it, but I've seen it before. Or 60 feet, 6 inches or closer. I usually like to do it a little closer, 50 feet, because I'm not throwing at full intensity usually when I'm throwing a flat ground. Now with the King of the Hill, that might be a different story. You might want to be closer to full intensity because you're working on your leg drive, right? And if you have good leg drive and you create that good energy, chances are you're going to be closer to 100% anyway, right? So if we're throwing flat grounds, maybe you're at 50 or 60 feet, 6 inches. If you're a younger pitcher and you already throw at 50 or 46 feet, you know, maybe you stay there or come slightly in. But the main thing is when we're throwing flat grounds is we want to create the energy through the King of the Hill. Obviously, create the click and the unclick. That's our main goal. And then we're just going through our delivery and trying to spot up with our catcher, or if there's a net there, whatever it is. So that's, again, one way that you can use the King of the Hill is on flat grounds. The other way is actually bullpens, right? We could throw this up on our mound and pitch right off there live, right? It's a great way to really feel what your body is supposed to feel on the mound, right? And when we're throwing bullpens, obviously we're going to be at or very close to 100% when we're pitching, because we really want to get the game-like feel of what it's going to feel like when we're in the game pitching and trying to get that real pitch, right? And throw the ball as fast as we can. So obviously, again, you're going to be warmed up. You're going to be ready to go. You're going to be doing all the stuff that you need to do before you get up on the mound, but then just throw your King of the Hill up there and feel what it feels like to create energy and that leg drive with the King of the Hill, but down the slope, because pitching on a slope is much different than pitching on the flat ground, right? It feels totally different. You know, if you're pitching on a built mound or a wooden mound, that's great because it's consistent, the slope is consistent. But if you got a mound at school or whatever, maybe you got the pro version, you know, it might be steeper than a mound that you're normally used to. Throw the pro version out there and just feel it, right? Learn how to use your legs and create that energy off of the mound, because at the end of the day, that's the most important. That's where we're trying to get the pitching velocity when we're in the game. And that's really where you're going to feel the benefit of this leg drive. Not to say that flat grounds are great, because flat grounds are a great way to feel it. But again, at the end of the day, pitching off of the mound is what pitchers do, right? Now, as far as drills goes, and that's the next couple of videos that we're going to be talking about, is all the different drills that we could do with the King of the Hill. But as far as drills go, all you want to do is make sure that the setting that you're on is good, because obviously throwing off of the King of the Hill versus drilling off of the King of the Hill may be a little bit different. So for some of them, you might have to lower it down just a little bit. For the most part, I want you to try to challenge yourself to get the same intensity or same level that you're on when you're throwing flat grounds or bullpens with the King of the Hill in your drill work, okay? But I've seen sometimes, especially on the younger guys, they can't necessarily get the King of the Hill to work on some of the drills. The older guys are usually able to do it. Some of the younger guys have a little bit trouble of getting the same level when they're throwing flat grounds or bullpens in their drill work, if that makes sense. So let's get into the drills videos, and we'll talk to you there.